Volvo has committed to an all-electric lineup by 2030. So that means fleet and model renewal, which is something we're seeing with increasing frequency. Beside me here is their new EX90. It is a 3-row, 7-passenger EV. It was premiered earlier this year, and I'm getting my first chance to do a walk around with a product specialist. So let's take an up-close look now at the Volvo EX90.
Well, thank you so much for coming today. This is our brand new, fully electric 7-passenger SUV by Volvo Canada. It is the Volvo EX90, and it's our latest technology in electrification as we move to be a fully electric company by 2030. As you can see, this car, we've moved away from having kind of inserted grills. It's gone for a complete flush theme,
right,
to help with the aerodynamics of the car, all the way through to the roof line. It actually sits lower than our current XC90 to help with that aerodynamic feel.
So overall height is lower compared to the current XC90?
Yes,
okay,
slightly, to get that better coefficient drag on the car.
Sure. Sometimes people say it matters, sometimes people say coefficient doesn't matter, but this is certainly more aerodynamic than before.
Yes, with electrification, aerodynamics is extremely important, and when you have such a big SUV, as in the case of the EX90, everything helps. So that's the lower roof line. These are the beautiful 22-inch aerodynamic wheels with the inserts to help with the aero efficiency of the vehicle. We have flush glazing on the glass to help with wind resistance.
What other exterior features are prominent you can show me here?
Yeah, so really cool. Volvo has the theme of what we call the Thor's hammer headlight.
Correct.
And we've kind of taken that and modernized it by making it what we kind of like to refer to as the modern pop-up headlight.
Okay.
So if we want to turn that on, the pop-up headlight, you can take a look at what it is. So when you're driving at night, it opens up, the headlight comes through, but it kind of maintains that Thor's hammer look.
That's really cool. That's definitely distinctive. And it just recesses then?
Yep.
That is
It's a mechanical light. It will close during the day, and at night it'll open up completely for the headlights to come through.
So you know when it's awake, that's for sure.
Yep. Again, part of the aerodynamic feel of the cars, you want to have as much flush to the car as possible. So when the car is closed, the door handles are flush. You approach the car with your key, the door handle will pop open. And Volvo's been very thoughtful in thinking that, well, what if it's frozen? What if there's ice covering it and you can't reach the door handle? There actually is a recess when you close it that you can actually put your hand underneath and manually open it.
Yep. Okay.
So you can avoid, being stuck outside your car.
So Volvo is definitely about safety, and there is a move towards automation. So that brings us to a very distinctive thing on the roof here. Please tell me about what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so you might have seen this little bump in the roof. This is our it's called our LiDAR system. And this is an array of sensors and radars that can actually help you see in the dark. That's kind of the main benefit of the system. It kind of, what we like to call is a space-safe technology.
Right.
So all the sensors in the car's cameras, the LiDAR system, it creates this kind of like safe zone around the car, so it helps you see what's around you, pedestrians, other cars. The LiDAR system can actually see in the dark. So we can see up to 250 meters in front of you, which is about the length of 2 football fields. So if you're driving at night and there's a tire or something on the road that far ahead and you can't see it, the car can actually warn you really well in advance.
And of course, in winter climates, the advantage of this being up high is that it's less likely to be mucked up with slush, which is a problem of sensors down low. Yeah,
there's various reasons why we have it high mounted. Animals, humans, we all have our eyes at the top of our head, not at our knees, right? Right. So that's kind of, that's the best peripheral vision that you can have with these systems. Keeps it cleaner. Yeah. We actually have in the nozzle of the windshield wiper 2 nozzles that can actually clean it if there is any kind of like snow or obstruction.
Oh, very neat.
Volvo's designed it to be clean in that sense as well.
Underneath the hood, it's electric, so we have a frunk.
There is a frunk on this one, yep. I can pop it open for you. Just give me a second to cross over here. Yeah, so again, Volvo, there's no engine in this car, obviously, so Volvo's re-engineered the entire front of the car to have crumple zones to withstand any kind of collision that may occur. You can also store here, windshield washer fluid, a charging cable, first aid kit, whatever you think you may need to have with you all the time, but maybe don't use too frequently. Volvo has also thought of this really unique way of having the windshield washer fluid. They actually incorporated a funnel.
Oh, there you go.
So you don't have to, spill it or all over the place when you're trying to pour it in there. So
how convenient. That's pretty cool.
just, useful, thoughtful ways of building a car.
Looking in the trunk, in the rear.
Yeah, so what I want to show you here is a couple things. Again, 7-seater, but if you don't need the 7 seats, you can easily fold them down with the touch of a button to give you all that extra storage space. And if you still don't know what you can fit, even with the seats folded down, we have a great little diagram here which shows you the dimensions of the car and maybe some things that'll fit in there.
Look at that. That is unique. I've never seen that before. Gives you an idea of what you can put. What's that, Swedish sensibilities going on here? That's pretty cool. What's behind the charge port door?
Yeah, so this is the charge port door here. You have your standard North American CCS Type 1 for DC fast charging.
Okay.
But however, Volvo has actually announced that we're partnering with Tesla to adopt the NACS, the NACS charge port in our cars. So at the launch of this car, it's going to come this way. It will provide an adapter with more details to follow on what kind of offer that will look like in the market.
Right.
And in the future, down the road, we're going to actually convert our hardware to that NACS.
So at launch, we still have CCS, but the commitment will be
down the road.
Down the road.
We'll announce when we're going to introduce the hardware for the NACS system.
But you are going to NACS, okay.
Yeah.
What about charging, speeds, capacity, stuff like that?
So this car actually has a huge battery, 111 kilowatt hours. We estimate it can charge in about 30 minutes from 10 to 80% with 250 kilowatts of DC fast charging.
Okay. And overnight at home, the level 2, is it, we're looking at for home charging?
Yeah, like basically from 0 to full, maybe around 9 hours, basically overnight for level 2 home charging. And that's due to the size of the battery.
Right. Stefan, you're telling me there's something in the second row in terms of a child seat?
Yeah, so for families with younger children, there's a great built-in booster cushion, so you don't have to bring your own.
Well, that's very helpful.
And it folds right down if you don't need it.
All right, so let's take a look at what we have in here.
Okay, welcome to the interior of the, again, 7-seater, 7-passenger Volvo EX90. This car has a huge 15-inch display. That's probably the first thing you'll notice when you come in the car.
Yeah.
Google built in, this next generation of our systems. You have all the things you'd want in the car. You have your Google Maps, which are showing here. You have your music, you have your phone, all easily reachable without having to switch screens for the driver. You have voice assistant.
Yep.
You can ask Google to do a lot of things for you, like control the climate, control the heated seats, all those kind of things. Find a charging station if you needed to find a charging station.
And the important thing, of course, is there still is a tactile switch here, I guess, for volume and play features, I guess.
Yeah, but it's very simple. Everything's basically voice or touch screen with basically your volume control here.
And this would be a wireless charger?
Wireless phone charger, that's correct.
Which is great because current gens still lack that, and it's one of those things that's been missing, but it's fantastic to see it.
And another popular feature that is coming with this car is wireless Apple CarPlay.
I'm an Android guy, but yeah, I hear that's a good thing.
Okay, we've got a lot of requests for that, and it's
That's
finally coming on this car. So
I have no problems with Google, but nonetheless, I know some people do.
And then here we have a little driver display as well, including heads-up display.
Yeah.
And that actually moves with the steering column itself. So
do we still have the same, I guess, Bowers & Wilkins sound system that we're used to?
Yep, it's the next level. It actually has Bauer & Wilkins speakers in the headrest.
Well, there we go. That's the kind of surround sound we love to see.
Yep.
We haven't gotten some of the technical power output details. What type of output are we talking here with the EX90 we're expecting, and range and things like that?
So it'll come in a performance and non-performance version. The performance one will do 496 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometers in around 4.9 seconds. So this thing is fast.
Right, yeah.
So the non-performance will be around 402 horsepower in 5.9 seconds.
And is that basically a single motor, dual motor kind of system?
For the Canadian market, this car will only come in the dual motor, the twin motor.
Okay. Okay. What about, I know, expectations on range? I know there's nothing probably official yet, but what's the hope, or what are we talking about?
Yeah, so we're expecting around 480 kilometers of EPA certified range when it does come out.
We're seeing natural materials here. This is consistent with the move away from leather, correct?
Yeah, so we have two options for this car. The car you're sitting in, that we're sitting in today, is actually made from upholstery called textile wool, 30% wool, 30% textile. But the real feature that we have on this car that's coming out is called Nordico. Okay. So it's a new leather replacer that Volvo has developed itself, made from recycled corks from the wine industry, plastic bottles, and bio-attributed materials from the from the forests of Sweden.
Okay.
And those are things such as pine oil, which gives it like a leather feel that makes it really soft.
Very minimalist Scandinavian typical design.
Yep.
These are natural wood grains, or we have?
Yeah, these are natural wood with actually a back. It's hard to see in this lighting.
Yeah, I
can
kind of see. You can sort of see a little bit here, and that would be neat at night to see. And a little bit of little eggs here, looking up top. Large. This is not going to be an open. This is going to be a static.
Yes, so it's a fixed glass, but
fixed
it's doing it fixed glass, and you're able to make it much larger than a current, non-fixed glass type of.
Will there be 6 and 7 seat configurations, or is it going to be standard at 7?
I can't comment on that right now, but the 7-seater is the car we're featuring today.
Okay. What do we have in terms of timelines for expected to hit the marketplace in North America?
So we're saying Canadian customers should be able to, by the end of this year, place their deposit and make their order for the car, with deliveries taking place in the summer of 2024.
When will we have pricing details?
Later this year, once the configurator and deposit functionality is on our website.
With this EX90, we have plenty of space, all electric, and some pretty neat little tools and tricks, some nice little party favors, you might say, but it's a really nice and impressive vehicle overall with the LiDAR tech. I think this will be another popular hit, a great replacement for the XC90, and I look forward to seeing this on the roads and driving it really soon. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so, and if you are subscribed, make sure you're ringing the bell so that you're notified of every time I upload something new. That's it from Toronto with the look at the EX90. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching.